Hey guys, how are you? Good day, good afternoon, good night, good frequency and time. Just hopping on to deliver a message today and perhaps to do some readings as well. Let me just stick my PayPal in case we do some readings and if anyone pops on. Oops. Hey Leona, beautiful woman. Are your pipes unfrozen yet, Leona? I've been thinking of you. I can't imagine. We're having kind of a thaw, a little bit of a thaw. It was like above freezing today, maybe, or I'm going to say late 30s today here in Maine. But I think it's supposed to be up to like 50 tomorrow. I'm just going to see, I'm going to just share out here, get some people on before I start here. Let's see if I'm here. Oh, there I am. All right, shared my story. Hold on here. Just going to do a little sharing out before we start. Oops. Hope you guys are all doing awesome. Oops, text that. There we go. Hey, Presh. Good to see you. I'm just sharing out for a few seconds. I want to deliver a message. Kind of a topic that Spirit has been just the past couple of days. It's just been kind of running through my mind. So it's more like for reflection, and we'll see what Spirit wants to bring through. It's regarding goal setting and challenges and how we're always working forward in life to achieve something. But sometimes we can become addicted, Spirit is saying. It almost becomes an addiction to constantly have these goals set beyond us, to constantly yearn for those challenges. And not that it's a bad thing, because nothing innately is bad, but just a question, and it's going to give us an opportunity to look within ourselves to see what our mindset is and why we are operating, or how we are operating as far as goal setting goes, or challenges, moving forward, achievement, all of that kind of stuff, expansion, productiveness, all of that. Okay, one more here. Let me just share with Gold Rope Group. Not that anyone's ever on there. So I just wanted to share out first a little bit. And then I thought I would do some readings if anybody comes on. I'm just kind of hopping on out of nowhere, per usual. Especially with the new year coming and all of that. Goal setting and all that kind of stuff. Why do we do it? Do we have to do it? Is it really helping us? So I just would like to see, because a lot of times I have a topic and I don't even know quite all that Spirit is going to say until I start channeling. So I'd just be curious. It's all about expansion. It's all about reflection. It's all about just gaining some perspectives and points of views from one another. We all, as we come together in a collective energy, we're always reflecting an aspect of ourselves, a point of view, an understanding, an insight, and then we gain from it. So I love, that's why I love doing these. All right. I guess that's all I will do for right now. If you guys share out, I'll give you a quickie after, if you don't mind. All right. Let's see here. Hey, Nancy. Would like a reading. Feel so lost since my husband passed away. I'm sorry to hear that, Nancy. I'm going to deliver a message first, and please share out if you don't mind. If not, I'll do whatever you feel. And I'll see what comes through for you, Nancy, okay? Sending you lots of love and light. It is really difficult when we lose a loved one and we lose that sense of their physical presence. But when one does pass on, they're actually entering the totality of themselves, and they never ever actually leave us. I'm feeling it in your heart, Nancy. I'm sorry. And it leaves the feeling of emptiness or loss, because we are here for the physical, and when we lose something in the physical, especially a loved one, but even other things in our life, a way of being, a state of being, even certain circumstances and stuff like that, we have to go through a grieving process of that letting go. But energy never ever ever leaves us, and death is the biggest illusion, because death creates separation, and separation um, isn't the truth. It's the illusion of feeling we're separate. Your husband is in the spirit world, where he's actually connected to a fuller part of himself, all that he is, and past, present, and future. And he is with you, dear Nancy. He loves you so much. As you allow yourself to feel the grief, and as you come through it and out of it, and reach for frequencies of joy and solitude and peace, and as you can come to an equilibrium within yourself after allowing you all that you need to go through, it makes it easier to communicate with the spirit world, because the spirit world ultimately is high frequency and love, and it doesn't know grief, it doesn't know sadness, it doesn't know the illusion of separation, because from spirit's point of view, they've never left you and they're always with you. And it is our state of being that creates that veil, or creates that separation. So your husband is just, he's honoring all that you're going through and all that you partook in his life, Nancy. I'll pull you an individual card after. I just want to share what's coming through at the moment. Um, he loves you so much. And um, hold on here. He's saying it's okay. It's okay. It was all meant to be this way. It was his time. The physical part of him didn't want to leave you, but the spiritual part of him knew that it was his time. He knows that it causes you hurt, distress, and a sense of that loss. He knows that. He's sorry for that. But your relationship can continue beyond this world, and it doesn't mean that you have to pass on and have a relationship with him. You can, in this timeline, as you, Nancy, in the physical, continue to communicate and have a relationship that will, it will be different. It'll be different in that you don't have that physical connection, but it will take you, actually your journey is continuing to something even more fulfilling if you allow it. If you allow it, Nancy. But allow yourself to process. Know that he has not left you. There is something greater coming to fill you, a connection with him that is not limited to the physical, he is saying. And as we lose a sense of ourself, or a person, a loved one, a husband, a spouse, a child, we do feel that emptiness, but that emptiness is going to be filled. It will be filled with an even greater love if we allow it. If we can get through the anger, the grief, the frustration, the sadness, the loneliness, because it was also a gift to actually experience and transmute those feelings and emotions as well, Nancy. A year and a half. Beautiful. You're trying to communicate with him. This is an opportunity to for you to discover a piece of yourself. Spirit is saying, Nancy. I know you said it. You feel so empty. So a lot of times when we're really, really close in relationships, and that is beautiful. That is beautiful. But what happens is they become so much a part of us, and then when they're gone, we do feel empty. But that emptiness allows you to discover and cultivate a piece of you that you never would have found before. A strength within you, gifts within you, things about yourself, Nancy, in the physical that you would not have discovered otherwise. And you know how they always say um, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. So as much as you feel empty and as much as you feel a loss, Nancy, that can feel filled at the other end of the pendulum. Just allow, just allow. And what they're saying is moment, take moment by moment. Nancy, they want to, this this message has been coming up past couple of days as well. I was watching a beautiful um, Christmas show on Hallmark with my daughter Chantel. She's visiting during vacation, and we like to watch and fill up on all those, you might call them chintzy romantic Christmas comedies. But there was one that was really good, and I think it said Nutcracker Christmas or Ballet Christmas. But there was a line in it. It was really, really beautiful. It was a little bit different than the typical romance one, but there was a line in it where one sister was just encouraging her sister to be that prima ballerina that she wanted to be. And she said, one plie at a time, one plie at a time. That just means moment by moment, breath by breath. Just take the moment. And if you can bring yourself to the moment, Nancy, and they want you to give to yourself in a way the best that you can that makes you feel good. That will help to fill that space, Nancy, help you to discover a piece of yourself, to retrieve or actually release. They're saying it's not that you're retrieving a soul aspect of yourself, you're actually releasing a piece of yourself to be discovered and illuminated through you. So especially during the holidays, I can imagine this has been an exceptionally trying time for you. But if you can do plie by plie, I don't know if you actually are a ballerina or did ballet, but they're giving me that example, one plie at a time, one breath at a time, one moment in every moment. How can you give to yourself now, Nancy? Your husband wants you to give to yourself every day in a way that it can bring you a sense of fullness and joy, whether it is to be watch a movie or to go shopping or go for a walk or knit or crochet or cook or draw or write. um, Sculpt. They're showing me sculpting like with clay. I don't know if you do any of that kind of artsy stuff, or play an instrument or listen to music, or make yourself a healthful meal. How can you, Nancy, do something for yourself every day that nurtures you? And that's how you will help to fill that emptiness within you. Your husband wants you to do that. He says, I will be right there with you, honey. Just do it and allow me to join you. So as you find that piece of yourself within yourself, it's there and it exists. But if we're too much in the grieving and not in the moment, not giving to self, then we deny ourselves and even our loved one that experience and that love. So as you give to yourself every moment, think of it this way: you're giving to your husband, and you are actually strengthening the bond with him as you strengthen and discover a piece of yourself. I am trying. I know he would want me to be happy. Absolutely. But it's not separate from you. As you are happy, he's literally immersed in your happiness. He is partaking in that joy with you, Nancy. Hey, Gina Palazzo. Um, I'm trying to find my spirituality. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. So, whatever spirituality, we can name it and try to apply it to labels and definitions and all these different pathways. Your spirituality, it's already there. First of all, you just want to find that connection, that communication with piece of yourself that is kind of um, hidden right now. Spirituality, you'll find your spirituality as you find your joy, Nancy. What makes you happy? What makes your heart sing? And it doesn't have to be this exuberant, like laughing and high vibes like you're partying. It's a silent, peaceful feeling within you. What brings that to you? Is it a moment in meditation? They're saying yes, to meditate, actually, Nancy, before you get out of bed, to connect to your heart space, to connect to that. You are a spiritual being living in the physical form, so we can't help but be spiritual. But what we do is we can create the illusion of separation. And it is always there with us. It's just waiting for us to open up that door, to express, to illuminate that piece of ourselves. And you can say, well, how do we do that? Plie by plie, breath by breath, moment from moment to moment, whatever is in your moment that you can give to yourself, you are given to your spirit. The joy is the barometer, is the guide, is the compass to know if you are following your path. All right. I got a little on that. Having survived two husbands. Leona, thank you. I forgot about that. Leona survived two husbands. So has Lisa Peccinello as well. I can promise you that time will, Leona, you're sharing, will find the joy again. Leona, this is so beautiful. You're here because you are actually activating and releasing codes for her as well. We always are guided to where we need to get our food, what is going to help us at the time, what do we need to hear, what do we need to see, what do we need to experience to bring us back home to our heart, to connect with our joy, to connect with that child within, to connect with the love that we are. It was never separate. It's just circumstances in our physical world can create that illusion of separating, but it's actually a gift that actually brings us back, draws us in. Because if there's nothing on the outside that makes you happy anymore, that can actually bring us in to discover ourselves. Ask and you shall receive. Knock and the door will be open. Yeah, try meditating and just connecting to yourself. What I like to do, okay. So before I begin my message, do I have my little Temple of the Sun picture here? Oh, maybe it's at the other place. All right. So just imagine your heart, like the sun coming up. Oh, here it is. Okay, so Nancy, I love this image. A friend took a picture of this. This is actually in Old Orchard Beach, the sun coming up, and she would call it her angel. Her husband, oh my God. So this image, Nancy, actually came from Sandy Maraca, who took a picture, and from the condo, we both were living in the same building. And she took a picture and she said it was her angel. And she lost her husband. Their dream was to live on the beach. And shortly after he passed, he didn't even have a chance to live this. So this image is going to activate some codes within you, Nancy, because it literally was taken from a grieving widow wife as well. And she called it her angel because it looked like an angel. But this is also representative of us. Our spiritual energy came for this physical earthly experience. We are, oops, let me, it's a little light there. We are spiritual beings in essence, coming in this limitation where we sometimes don't have, all the time, most of the time, we don't have the answers. So our light, our spiritual energy came to infuse light on the density and the limiting physical understandings of things, the density. It is through our light and through our experience that we transmute and actually shed light on all. So this sense of loneliness or emptiness is an opportunity for you to go within and connect to your light. Your cross, your struggle. It's funny, today I'm actually come to do a message on, I wrote addicted to goals and challenges, but your cross, your challenges, which could be an addiction for not you, I'm saying Nancy, but anyone. The cross you came to bear is actually the struggle you've come to release the light and love within you. That connection is to activate and to trigger you to go within to find something even more fulfilling than what you see before your eyes. So what I do sometimes before I get out of bed, Nancy, is I literally imagine this is my body. This is my head. These are my arms wide open. This is my physical body. And when I step out of the bed, I am literally um, I want to live that path, that light, that highest expression that I am. I want I want my life experience to reflect the love and light that I am. I want to dissipate the darkness. I want to be all that I was meant to be. But we already are all that we're meant to be. We just have these trials and tribulations that release the light. Just like the cross, it's heavy, you bear it, but when you can surrender it and release it and see it and allow it to work for what it is light. It is just light. Hey, Lauren. Hey, Mark. Thank you for joining, guys. So what we'll do is we'll just do a quick little visualization. Just close your eyes and tune into your heart space, and I'll deliver a message again. The regular message. But as we tune into our heart, it helps to alleviate the heaviness, the monkey mind, all of the worries, the thoughts, the logic behind our living sometimes. Gets us caught in the past, gets us caught in the future, but really all we have available to us is now. And that's really, really what they want you to focus on, Nancy, is the now right now. Focusing on what can you do, the littlest thing. Maybe it's to go to the bakery and buy yourself your favorite pastry. Maybe it's to read a book, go to the bookstore, go to a movie, whatever you can do to alleviate the pain and the heaviness, to allow the joy to permeate through you. So we'll just sink into our heart space. We'll take a nice deep breath in, guys. Into our heart. The heart is the center. It is our connection that we use here as that portal to connecting to our higher self, our God source energy. And God is everywhere all at once. So as we connect to our heart, we connect to all of us. Time is an illusion. No time and space can hold us. Obviously, you got to exhale. Sorry, I talk too much. So as we connected and breathe in to that knowing of that God source energy, knowing that we are connecting to our higher self, knowing that we can connect to all that we have ever been and will be in this moment, in this breath, we allow that. And then on the exhale, we actually allow and breathe out all of that life force to be realized. So the physical world is always just that mirror. It's a hologram. It's a reflection of our energy. So when we connect to our heart, so when you, before you even step out of bed, connect to your heart space, and know when you step out of bed that you are literally going to reflect the highest frequency available to you now back into your life. We're always reflecting the energy. Sorry, I'm going to plug my phone in. Just looking for the plug-in. Oops. We are reflecting and getting exactly what we need to continue our expansion, to continue. Hold on, guys. I'm just plugging in my phone. Sorry. Because there we go. It says it's on empty. So what you breathe in and then you exhale out, you're going to reflect. So connect to the highest frequency available. Know that you are receiving and connecting to all that you are meant to for that moment. And then exhale. The exhale can be thought of as releasing that into your life, releasing your God into your life to be reflected back to you. You're going live with Kimmy Siegel tomorrow for your birthday. Awesome. And I'm going to give to others in a live. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful, Lauren. Happy birthday early. All right. You're from the stars. They're saying, happy birthday, star, child of the stars. Happy birthday, child of the stars. All right. So actually, my message today is, I was realizing when I was running and I was just contemplating goals and challenges and stuff like that. And our challenges, obviously, is our cross that we came to transmute and actually to shine the light, to allow it to be our gift. But I have a special offer tomorrow. You can post it in the comments. Some of us, okay, so I'm not saying anything is right or wrong, but especially as we enter the new year, a lot of us are inspired or programmed to write down goals and all of this other stuff for the new year. And I shared a beautiful post from Jessica Meshia, and she talked about, why is it always about trying to change us or better ourselves? How about congratulating ourselves, accepting where we are, and allowing our gifts to flow, and thanking ourselves for all that we've been through? So we all should thank ourselves for all of the work, all of the diligence, all of our soul's contract and what we went through in this past year. Instead of looking at where you need to improve, how about embracing this past year with love and honor to thyself? And any trials and tribulations and challenges and pains and hurts and all the joys and the happiness, to embrace that. And then that frequency gives us and shows us an appreciation and gratitude for ourselves, which literally raises our frequency. And then we create that pathway. And then that is our path into the new year. It's not about, I have to lose 10 pounds or I need to eat better or I need to exercise. All of that stuff will come naturally as we show ourselves appreciation and self-acceptance, because the more we try to force something in our life, then it gets to be more mental. And then we're always saying, oh, I got to lose that weight. I got to eat better. I got to exercise. The more we keep saying it, we keep it at arm's length away. How about appreciating and giving ourselves the love and appreciation and acceptance for all that we are in the here and now? Life isn't easy, as you guys all know. It's like a battleground, a personal one, a collective one with contracts. And I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm just saying, give yourselves a little bit of freaking ass appreciation. Give yourself some appreciation. Whoops, I touched that. Okay, there we go. Just want to disconnect. Hold on here, guys. You know when the stinking charger cord is got freaking broken? So that is beautiful. So everybody who's here now or later, I think it would be really cool if you just wrote something that you're appreciative of yourself this past year. And again, time is an illusion, but something that you can appreciate for yourself. Appreciate, oh man, that was a hard time and I got through it, or boy, that friend really needed me and I was there for them, or I'm really proud that I decided to go live and I was always so afraid to, or I'm really glad that I decided to do my walks, or I'm really glad I started this meditation, or I'm really glad that I am recognizing that I need to move on, or that I do need to give to myself more. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get this so that the charger comes up. So when I was running, anyway, so some of us set goals and we set all of these things, and sometimes it's because we do it not knowing how. Sorry. I'm gonna have to get a different. Can I hold my hand right here? Sorry. You know when it shows the little electricity bolt that is charging? Mine keeps shutting off. I'm gonna hold my hand there for a minute because my power is really low. I'm just gonna hold it and squeeze it and not move it. All right. So a lot of times we set these challenges and goals for the new year because we don't think we're good enough, or we could do it also just for the sheer joy of wanting to be better. So this message here is just to contemplate and reflect. Why are you attracted to setting goals, or why are you maybe love challenges, or are you even, maybe you're even addicted to the challenges? Maybe you're addicted to keeping everything just that far away and never actually getting it and actually sabotaging it before you actually get there. So there's many different things that are in the play here. Could be a sense of unworthiness where you're setting goals and these things that you want to achieve because you don't think you're good enough, and in that you're almost self-sabotaging it right there and then. If I set a goal because I think I'm not good enough, I'm automatically going to end up sabotaging it because it's just the way it works for me anyways. Or sometimes we set the goals and we like a challenge because we innately know we're here for the expansion. We have come to expand our awareness, our consciousness, to have the experience. So it's finding that balance, finding the balance, and just questioning, do I really need to set this goal? Or maybe I can set the goal, but I need to approach it from a place of gratitude for where I am first. Because I know I've been really trying to adopt, what can I do for myself now? So say it, even if I didn't do something very good, or I ingested something and I ate something that was kind of crappy, what can I do to myself now to honor myself? Not to like scold myself or reprimand myself, but what choice in this moment can I do to maybe change that, or to give to myself in a positive way instead of being critical? And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll exercise, but not so much to counteract the calories, but it does put me in a good mindset. It does make me feel better. And then I feel good. It kind of counterbalances it. Not that I should ever criticize myself to begin with, but we do need to accept where we are now and how we've been operating. So this message is, a lot of times we love that challenge, or someone who's addicted to overcoming challenges, or what is that called, endorphins, or they'll put themselves in really scary situations. But we innately know we're here for the expansion, so something within us does drive us. But sometimes if we don't channel it in the way that we're supposed to, through listening, we will force it through a different avenue. Like maybe someone gets all these degrees, masters, bachelors, doctors, takes all these classes, but they're doing it, maybe they know that they're here for the expansion, but they might be channeling it in a forceful way where they think they need that to be worthy of it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we do things because we think we need it for a pat on the back, or they could be doing it simply because they love it. Well, that's different. It's just a question. Why are you goal setting? Why might you love challenges? And if you are and never meeting your goals and self-sabotaging them, is it because you deep down feel you're not worthy, and you think you got to try so hard and work so hard, and things can't be easy? Or are you, from that point of view, you're self-sabotage because you think you're unworthy? Or are you doing it because you do have all this inspiration, but you're just doing it in a way that you think you have to force it instead of letting it come to you? Oops, let me let go of that now. Oh, yes. Okay. So you know how we take one breath in And then an exhale. Sometimes the quickest ways to achieving our goals, say we have a goal, say you want to be a teacher, like I know Lauren is a public speaker. What is it? Master of ceremonies. You were involved in a lot of that. So sometimes instead of forcing it onto the next, onto the next, onto the next, onto the next class, and I'm not saying you do this, Lauren, I'm just using this for an example, onto the next thing, sometimes we don't give ourselves that in breath, that pause to listen to our inner guidance that can make things more efficient. So a lot of times we run around sometimes like a chicken with his head cut off, but not that our head's cut off. We are trying to achieve something through all of these actions. I guess it's the spontaneity of how the chicken moves when his head cut off. But sometimes we just keep grasping and grasping. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to do it that way. I'm going to take this class. I'm going to take that class, because we innately know we're here for the expansion. That is beautiful. But sometimes we try to force it, or we're taught we got to work harder. We've got to get all this education. So on the in-breath, what happens when we breathe in oxygen? When we take that nice deep breath in, that oxygen goes into our bloodstream. It goes and it flows through our entire being. It nurtures every cell, but we're not moving. We're taking a breath in. That's that feminine, taking that breath in, feeling into yourself, allowing the breath to work and do its job. We don't need to go in and say, okay, heart, start pumping blood, take it to this cell, that cell. My fingers have been hurting. Make sure I get lots of oxygen in my fingers that just fell asleep. We don't do any of that. We take the in breath and we allow it to do its work. And then we exhale, and that breathes life back into our physical reality. So when we go in, too, that's also being quiet. It's not being proactive. It's connecting. It's allowing the work behind the scenes to do its thing. But as far as achieving our goals or working through things, we can't always just aimlessly keep trying. We got to stop and take that in breath and listen to our inner guidance. The inner guidance will allow us to hear, or when we take that in breath and that pause, we can hear what we need to do. But even without doing anything, all the work is being done behind the scenes for us, just through our pause, just through our in breath. And that's why they say it's so important to breathe. As you breathe in too, just like I was saying, as you connect to the sun within, this goes along with this message, connecting to the light within you. You're not forcing any light, you're just connecting. When you breathe in, you're not forcing the oxygen to take care of your body, you're just breathing in. So that is what Spirit is really saying to me and us right now, as far as goal setting, as far as working through challenges and seeking the answers, is to give yourself the in breath, the pause, the quiet, the meditation, the reflection, and then what needs on the out breath, you'll be shown the guidance, or an opportunity will present itself, or something on your outside world will be your answer, or in your mind you will get your answer. So there's a big message here, just asking us to contemplate and question, am I goal setting, am I never reaching my goals, and do I have all these challenges, and do I love a challenge because I'm trying to prove something within myself, or am I just channeling it in a forceful way, controlling it because I know I'm a creator, I know I'm here to expand, I know I'm here to be so much more. But it doesn't have to be forceful. So again, like the masculine is action, the feminine is receiving and intuition. It's finding that balance between your masculine and your feminine. Your pause and your breathe in, and then your out breath. And they want us to still, before and as we step into our linear time of the new year, to really do a gratitude list for ourselves, not just what we have, because we're all happy to have our family, our friends, our home, our food, the world, the beauty. But you, you as a soul, you without all the stuff, you without the outer reflection, what are you happy and thankful for? This part of you. And to just, if you guys dare, put it in the comment. For me, I'm just going to put it in the comment. Um, I'm the most happy for myself, and I'm so thankful that I just allowing the connection, allowing myself to receive, and then I share it. That's what I'm the most proud of, because it took a lot, and that's what I'm really happy about myself, even though that's the action, that I dare to share my insights, that I dare to share my light. And I had to overcome a lot of doubt or embarrassment or afraid of judgment or afraid of criticism. So allowing myself to share my light, I'm going to say I am really appreciative. And that has, obviously, I'm thankful for all the other stuff, my family, my friends, you guys, everything I see before me. But it's more of the emotion and the feeling and the energy that will never, ever leave me. This energy will never leave me. As I leave this world, I take that piece of me everywhere. Oops. Oh, don't tell me. To share my light. That's what I'm most proud of and thankful. Because, and I'm thankful and proud at the same time, because it does take a certain amount of vulnerability, strength, and courage to share and illuminate your light. It takes you practice and stumbling and criticism and judgment to get really strong in your throat chakra, in the expression of your own divine frequency, to share that. And not that you have to like share it in, in the way I'm sharing, or Gina does paintings and shares, Lauren does her messages and readings, and all of you guys have your own unique way of doing it, but it still took a certain amount of vulnerability, and that's the heart, to open up and expose yourself. I'm proud that I dare to expose myself. Not in a bad way. Not where I'm getting arrested. However, there was an incident where I could have. All right, which, oh my God, I won't even get into that, but I had a little too much to drink one time, and just, let's put it this way, some clothes went flying. It was an open top Jeep and no doors, no roof. And I did get a little exposed. I'm finally learning to have debt in a healthy way. Awesome. So much to be thankful and grateful for. Just everything and everyone. Beautiful. Grateful for all of it. Okay. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. You guys are all so beautiful. All right. So that's the message, just to contemplate it. And maybe it's not what we're doing, it's why we're doing it. So goals and goal setting and all of that kind of stuff, that is never ever bad. Nothing is ever bad in essence. It's the reason why. Why are you doing it? What is your intent? And sometimes we can say, well, we just want to be successful. We want to share our message. We want to do this or that. But if you go even a little deeper, maybe you feel like you need to prove yourself. I'm not saying you guys do. I'm just showing you an example that someone might feel they need to prove themselves or make themselves worthy, or show that they're worthy, or show that, yeah, I can do it, or, or prove to my parents, or prove to my husband or wife. You know what I mean? And I know you guys are all above that. But I'm just using that for example. You might have other things. Maybe I need to, I even question myself, why do I do lives, and why do I do it? I do it for the sheer joy of it, because I love it. I do love it. There's another piece of me that says, well, Marie, if you ever want to do anything with it, you really got to take some physical action. If you want to do readings, or you want to be a teacher and all of this, you got to take the physical action. But as long as in the moment you're doing it for the joy, it'll take you where you need it. And if you need to implement, like I know Lauren is really structured, methodical, you will be shown and told you need to do that for your goal if you need it. The point is to plie by plie, like I was just telling you that Nutcracker Christmas. Take every plie in the moment, plie by plie, breath by breath, step by step, moment by moment. And I used to not operate that way. And, we get wiser with experience, hopefully. And I used to think, that doesn't work. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in positive mindset. I remember being in my early 20s and getting into these positive books, or Amway, I think it was back then, the whole pyramid stuff. And they wanted us to say, think and grow rich, or the positive mindset. And I'm like, my mind's not going to be and it's so funny because, I'm not like that now. Yeah, it is a positive mindset. And yeah, everything's energy. And then my older son, like I used to drop him off to school, Caleb, and I say, white light. And he'd say, don't give me any white light. I don't believe in any of that stuff. Don't send me your light. Don't send me your positive thoughts. And so as time goes on, we just grow and, yeah, it's just funny. The pendulum goes the other way. We learn. So the message is kind of finding that balance, finding the middle. It's not what you do, it's why you do it. It's not what you do, it's why you do it. And I know you guys already know all of that. And spirit does frequently always mix in back to basic messages, but with a little different, deeper perspective or a different little light shining. All right. Oh, we got here. Just because you think positive does not mean, and actually, yeah, that's a very good point, because if you don't have that belief in the emotion behind it, which you gain through experience, yeah, you're right. I can say, the sun is shining, the sun is shining, the sun is shining, the sun's shining tomorrow, the sun. But if I don't have any feeling, because the emotion is the fuel that gets you there. It's the emotion that gets you there. Emotion is the fuel. You are the driver, and your mouth is the steer. Your tongue is the steer. You're the driver. Your tongue is the steering wheel, but the emotion is the fuel. You have to have all the components. Just like the pyramid, or I'll say the power of three. Well, it's not the power of three if you only got one. If it's just the mind telling you, but you leave out the spirit, you leave out the emotion. No, it's just words are words, unless you guys have the power to define the meaning to your words. You have the power to create new definitions to the definitions you don't like. You are the power. You have the power to decide if fuck is a good word or a bad word. I was just thinking about that. All the different ways you can say fuck. In my day growing up, holy shit, that was not something you ever said. Now it's just part of the everyday language. You can go fuck yeah. Then it can have a positive. Then you can go fuck you. So it's not even what you're saying or doing. It's the energy that you are pushing through your action, through your thoughts, through your positive thoughts or negative thoughts, whatever they are. You are the ones that decide. You have the power to decide. And you can even take a negative experience, something really horrifying in life. You have the power to find the positive in it. You have the power to say, well, because of this, now I am this, or because that happened, now this happened, but finding the positive. And then you create this whole pathway that becomes your norm. Pretty soon, this is your norm. You just illuminate all darkness and density through you taking your own power to decide what things mean, what labels mean, what definitions are. You literally are master light blasters. You guys are all master light blasters, in that you allow your light to be like dynamite to diffuse, disperse any density, because that density holds light as well. But it's up to us to release it. You guys release the light and the density. This in so many ways has so much meaning. Where you are, where you place your gaze, your focus, your thoughts, your breath, your feet, you have the power to illuminate any darkness. And darkness is just the absence of light. And the absence of light is just separation, the illusion of separation. When you place your light, it's like dynamite going through the big rocks and blasting them open. Then the light can permeate, because everything truly is of created in God, love, light. Just the density, the thought forms that are lower frequency creates a substance, and it creates that illusion, the veil, the darkness, the density. We are here to shine as we connect to our own hearts. Then we shine it out. All right, guys. Dang, do I have my glasses here? All right, let's see what we got going here. Fuck yeah! Holy motherfucking yeah! You guys are powerful. We are worthy of happiness. You guys are happiness. That's your innate nature. If we dissipate the illusion of separateness. But yes, you do make a good point, Leona, because something, a lot of times if we're not happy, we have to go deep within and say, what am I believing in that's creating this reflection, creating this unhappiness in my life? What am I believing in that is not matching that? Because anything that does not feel good, it truly, in anger and sadness and all of that stuff, or fear based things, just our feelings and emotions and our gifts to point us to where we might need to illuminate the light. If you guys give up on the first sign of trouble, then you do not want it. If you give up on the first sign of trouble, then you don't want it. Yeah, trouble's just okay. If you're saying trouble or fear or being attacked or criticized or this or that, that's just a reflection of our own energy of something we're working through. So if you're afraid of criticism and judgment, and when we receive criticism or judgment, that is an opportunity for us to gain our own confidence and courage, to allow ourselves to be vulnerable. So we're always projecting, even if it's trouble or challenges, those challenges, that trouble, those attacks are still energies we're holding within ourselves. And we want to cower, we want to run away. So many times I just want to bury myself in a shell. But then when I go in the shell, then I'm revealed, okay, what am I believing in myself, or what am I believing about myself that is creating this experience? So actually you get stronger, you become more courageous. You don't have courage and strength from doing nothing. You get courage from stepping out and falling down and stepping out and falling down. You don't get strong by doing nothing. Your muscles as a physical being, they get stronger and harder and bigger from exercising them. The same with our faith muscle, our belief muscle, our courage, our strength, our confidence. The physical world gives us the experience to experience that as a human, and that is a gift. So as bad as the bad, as hard as the hard, the opposing feelings and opportunities and everything before us can be the opposite. Some, you've heard the stories of millionaires who lose everything only to come back and rebuild it. How empowering is that? Once you have that happen to you, you've got confidence. You're not afraid to step out. You're not afraid to try new things. All right, I'm just going to I do have glasses. Great. All right. So I think I'll just do a quick collective. And, well, gee, I wonder why you don't have the thing you want. Exactly. You have to match the frequency of the thing you want. And sometimes you got to practice. Life is a classroom, but the classroom isn't in a way that we need to learn something outside of us. It's really about learning and discovering inside of ourselves. You know what I mean? About ourselves. The power that we are, the God source energy that we are. That's what it's about. It's not necessarily becoming learned on the outside, even though that helps on the physical. But a lot of those things are just a trigger and act as reflections of us learning about ourselves, the real power. The power isn't through just knowledge and book smarts. The power is through the experience and taking that and utilizing it and merging and discovering all of that within us. I much rather take the advice of someone street smart or who's had life experience than just a professor that's read a million books that didn't actually experience it firsthand. At least that's me anyways. However, I would want a doctor to operate on my heart. Oh yeah, I also would want a doctor that has had a few, surgeries under their belt before they actually did a heart operation on me as well. So some things obviously are there to trigger our gifts, like going to medical school. If you're gifted to be a doctor, you got to go to medical school and learn the certain physical stuff, but then you got to go through it. So same with the spiritualities. For me, the world, boy, is my school. All right. It is not about frequency all the time. Well, it is about frequency all the time because everything holds a frequency. Even our actions hold a frequency, and the intent behind the action holds a frequency. But yes, we are called to action because we're physical. It's just being called to divine timing or receiving the guidance to take that action. The right, not just striving from the mind. When we're operating just from the intellect, we're gonna base all of our experiences and to-dos to that which was been done before, through our forefathers, through our family, through our classes, through our teachers, and we're just going to stay on that and try to achieve everything in that way. But we're here to have an individual experience. You guys are divine. We're here to make things different, to do things differently, higher frequency. So it doesn't mean necessarily following the path of others. Yes, we gain knowledge and wisdom from others. We take that knowledge and wisdom, but we also combine it with another ingredient, ourself, our own light. We want to merge the head with the heart and unify it. All right. Transforming unfair family situations and resentments into love. Well, that's a tough ass soul contract, Rosemary Hunt. Congratulations. Because that is true. That is really hard when it's relationships and family. You are healing ancestral wounds deep throughout lineages. You are, yeah, that is, you are a master light blaster. You are an earth angel if you're taking on that role, Rosemary, for sure. Just because you're happy doesn't mean you'll get the outcome you want. And just because you get the outcome you want doesn't mean you'll be happy as well. So to me, I will take happiness over, I will take the happiness and the outcome together. But I would not want the outcome without the happiness. Kind of been there and did that, and that I could have what I wanted, but if I wasn't happy, what good is it? But if you're happy, I think you're already, if you're truly happy, I think you're already happy with the outcome. You know what I mean? A person that is truly happy really doesn't want for something outside of their present. They don't want in a needy way. They might want and have goals, but they're not attached. So I think a happy person, the secret to happiness is not being attached to the outcomes. A truly happy person is not attached to the outcome. So when you attach your happiness to an outcome, which is an illusion anyways, it's just the experience of it, then that's what causes unhappiness. All right. When I went through a gender transition, I was potentially putting myself at risk to be murdered. I could have lost my job. I spent a lot of money. Now, that was very courageous of you, Lauren. That's beautiful. That took a lot of strength, a lot of courage, a lot of vulnerability, a lot of just opening yourself up to the world, to be attacked, criticized, judged. So that was extremely empowering. Whenever we take a step or an action in our own self-empowerment, that is the most power. That is the most, because anything on the outside, it's not, I know it seems real, but it's not what brings you the happiness. It's an extension of your energy. So in a way, or it's always true, your frequency is everything. I will debate that. But you were doing it for your own alignment, Lauren. That is the most powerful point position you can have. You didn't do it to please the outside world or to have this outcome in an attack. You did it because it was who you are. Beautiful. Yeah, it's hard, Rosemary. I have such an eclectic family. I don't even know how I end up here sometimes. It's like, they're all beautiful. All beautiful. They're teaching me a lot about myself. But every single person wants something different, has a different reaction. I'm not talking wounds. I'm just saying general everyday life per se. It's like, holy crap. Imagine healing even deeper stuff, unfair situations and resentments into love. That's even bigger to talk about the lightweight stuff. All right. All right. If you guys share it out, let me know. And if you guys want your own individual reading, let me know. I'll do a quick collective for everybody out there. I'll stick my PayPal up there. If anyone wants a reading, I will give you a more thorough reading. And otherwise, what was that about the 5th? Happy 5th day of Christmas. Oh, I love that. They're starting to thaw. Thank God. So Leona's had frozen pipes for a while. God, she's hoping they didn't bust. And it sounds like they didn't then. Okay. I know Nancy wanted a reading if she's still there. So if you guys want a quickie, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to do a quick collective. It's called Conscious Spirit. So I'll just see what the collective reading is. It was to do with why are we goal setting and the challenges and all of that kind of stuff. What does Spirit have to say about that? Or whatever else. Who knows? It might not even be that. Let's see here. I think it's what does Spirit want us to know as we enter this new timeline, this new year of 2023. What do we got here? Transformation. That's good for you, Leo. Not Leona. Who was it? Rosemary. Transformation. Very beautiful. So five. Is that a 5? Oh, 3. 3. And then again, that's bringing all. We can't have total transformation unless we do bring the Trinity together: the mind, the body, the spirit. When we bring all 3 aspects of ourselves, creates a PowerPoint, creates a solid foundation, creates an apex to channel in and bring in all of that spiritual energy. But it's not even that we're bringing it in; it's like shoo, coming out. I journey within. Oh my gosh, this totally goes with the beginning message. I journey within to meet my higher self, to find my true happiness. There we go, Lauren. So we journey within, connect within. Remember, we've got to take that in breath. And in the in breath, we're shown what we need. And we don't even need to try other than being present with that moment. Be present, taking that breath, having the intent of meeting up with your higher self and receiving the answers and the guidance. So when you're setting goals, it goes back to the beginning. When setting goals or facing challenges or thinking you need to have overcome things all the time, or maybe even self-sabotaging yourself and never actually reaching your goal due to unworthiness or due to thinking you need to constantly work hard. But what it's saying is that inner journey. We are transforming all of those old thought ways and ways of doing things by journeying within to meet our higher self, to find true happiness. Coming together. And then look, we have this little, what's that called, guys? It's not a staff, but the thing with the light on the end. Anyway, she's holding the light from connecting within her. And she's creating the way. She's creating the pathway. So even when you're confused or you don't have any way out, it's your light it's your connection to your inner self that's going to create that path in unison with the physical. So connecting to yourself, your spiritual, your higher self, your God source energy. And even when you don't know the way out, it will show you the way out. You are the power. Your light is the power, and it's going to show you. It's going to create the tunnel. She's a bat. Her wings are open. She finds her power in the night. Bats fly at night, fly through the darkness. So when things are dark and nothing is operating on the outside, or we're stuck home in isolation, that gives us an opportunity to connect to our light. And then that light is the very thing that shows us the way out. Transformation, guys, is the name of the game. Number 3, and that's expression as well. Transformation. Society leads us to believe that possessions and external things will bring true happiness and contentment, but that is not true. Real lasting happiness can be found once you go within and connect to your true self. This card reminds you that transformation must begin from within. This goes perfectly with the whole goal setting and all that stuff. We will never find our happiness through an attachment outside of us. Even if you met all your New Year's goals, do you really think that's going to make you happy? Not if you're not conscious of who you are and what you really want. By acknowledging and understanding the darker aspects of self as well as your inner light, you can begin to move towards a greater understanding of who you are and what direction your life needs to move in. Light casts shadows. The two are intricately bound. Often, it is your shadow self that gives you courage and strength to live in the light. Be gentle and kind to yourself on this inner journey. Remember showing us and writing ourselves all the things we're appreciative, not the outside world, but what are you appreciative of who you are without the physical reflection? What are you happy about yourself? Where can you give yourself love and appreciation and gratitude? And then that just makes your light spark more because you're feeding it. When you focus on your light and you're happy and you're gracious for who you are, it just fuels it. It's like breathing life. It's like blowing on that fire, inflaming it. Be gentle. Okay. Know that at all times you are guided and supported by beings of light, your higher self. You take this journey alone by following your tuition, or you can seek guidance from books or people you trust. That's so funny what we're just talking about. There's no right or wrong. Your path is unique to you. Follow it with courage and strength. remembering to always show compassion and to love yourself as your true self unfolds. How beautiful. Pretty much that sums it all up. It's not what we do. There's no right or wrong. It is the intent. It is what is the who's the one holding the what's that called? Dowsing rods. Who's holding it? Is it your mind or is it your higher self dousing you, guiding you? Taking that breath in, taking that inner breath, giving yourself that pause. It's still working behind the scenes. It's keeping all your cells, it's keeping all the universes within you going. And then that out breath is going to reflect all of that, all that you gained from going within. Oops. I pause for a minute. All right, guys. So if someone wants a quickie or made a donation, let me know. Can you guys still hear me? All of a sudden, it sounds like my left ear went kind of thick. Thank you for listening to my words. Heading healing lesson sometimes very, 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 very. It's because your soul came to do the work, to give your soul co-contracted with those family members. On the other side, it was all hee hee ha ha and happy and party. But you said, you guys, you know what? We're going to go down into physical and we're going to transmute these darker energies so that they are no longer repeated. We're going to discover how powerful. We're going to discover that love bonds and heals all, and the light always prevails. Beautiful Rosemary. You guys are master light blasters. Thank you, Lauren. All right, Lauren, right out of the, we'll do you first, Lauren. Nancy, if you're still there, let me know. Okay. Yeah, my left ear sounded like it kind of went numb. All right, Lauren, nature, spirits. You got 35, abundance. Abundance isn't just stuff, as you guys all know. Abundance is even knowing and being conscious and aware of who you are in your spirit and your ascension. That is abundant. It's always going to yield more and more. It's just release the attachment and allow yourself to receive what is before you. I respect all of nature's elemental beings and help preserve life on earth. Nature spirits, Lauren. So I think it's bringing forth the nature part of you too, the elemental part of you, the spirit part of you. What lights you up? Because we are Mother Earth's children. We are one on Mother Earth. We are here to work we're supposed to be working symbiotically and all together and in the flow. So I think this is about honoring yourself, not just Mother Earth. As you honor yourself, you're automatically going to honor everything before you, because when you connect to that love and light and perfection and divinity within you, you're not going to be able to but help it. But let's just see real quick. I'd like a little further insight on this one, because it's too vague for me. Each of us is a spirit residing in physical form. So is everything in nature, from animals to planets, from the oceans to the rivers, the rocks, the crystals, all contain the spark of source energy. This card, Lauren, is asking you to become aware of this. Make an extra effort when spending time in nature or in your garden, or acknowledge the life force energy and everything around you. This energy supports and feeds your life in turn. When gardening, treat your plants with respect. Feel the earth's energy rising up through your roots, helping you to sustain life on earth. When at a sea or river, give thanks for the life-sustaining waters, without which no life could exist. If this card keeps coming up, it might be an indication that you need to actively take part in your community through nature conservation. If you work indoors all day, it might be a sign you need to start looking for hobbies and interests in outdoors. Nature's energies are healing, revitalizing, nurturing, loving. She shares them unconditionally. Open your heart and welcome these energies within you. What I think this is also saying, Lauren, for you is, I don't doubt that you respect the life force outside of you. I know you respect the life force within you. I know you said you just walked a few miles. That's awesome. That's actually, actively participating in your life force. That's beautiful. But I think it's saying to look at the outside and appreciate how effortlessly the world operates without force, agenda, methods, and all of that. It operates instinctively. It operates in flow. It operates in trust of all of the universal energies working together. So I think it's just calling you also to trust in your own um, spiritual energy to do the work for you, or to at least guide you. Obviously, we're physical. We're here to have the physical experience of actually taking action, but maybe allowing more of that feminine energy to come through. Ironically. All right. Awesome, Lauren. Thank you. Did someone just make a donation? I just saw a little thingamajig. Rosemary, thank you. My mom literally gave me a heart attack when she came in the washroom just now to check on me. Holy shit. Yeah. You definitely, you're going to have a lot of like surrendering and also releasing control. And because I feel that like my older daughter's like that. She's a control freak and she wants to manipulate and control everything. But that also, if you can see it as their own sense of lack of control, their own sense of not feeling enough trust in the flow of life, Rosemary. That's why people are controlling, because they can't surrender or enter the flow. They're controlling because they've been let down, or circumstances have taught them they can't trust. So it's just kind of a lack of trust in the flow of life itself, and other people have their own paths and respecting their own ways. And so she might be just, dealing with having to surrender to all of that and to trust and to go with the flow, and not to focus so much on the outside, but to trust and enter their own flow and worry about themselves. And even I have issues with that because I want to sometimes control my environment, keeping it neat. So, and then it could also reflect on how do I need to maybe relinquish control? Because I'll look at that and say, okay, what do I need to learn? What is this showing me? What do I got to learn from this? So it's not about changing the other person, because we can never do that. We know that. But it's about, what do I got to learn from this? And then when you learn from whatever that experience is, then it kind of goes away on its own. I'm still waiting for that myself, Rosemary. All right. Rhonda. Hey, Rhonda, thank you for your donation. Hey, Helen, Fabian, good to see you. I want to find out what I'm meant to do for work. Thank you, Kimmy Siegel. Yes, I did see that. All right, Rhonda. Let's see here. I want to see if I have my life purpose cards here. Hold on here. Do I have those right now? Because I love my life purpose cards. I guess I don't have them. I guess I can calm down. All right. All right, so let's just see what comes through. See if we can get some guidance. Life purpose. So your life purpose, like, you have an energy that you might be expressing through different vehicles. So you might have a life purpose to teach, but you might be a teacher. You might do it through being a mother. You might do it through counseling. You might do it through cooking. So we'll just kind of see here. You already obviously have the answer within. So whatever comes through, it's more like maybe you're looking for affirmation, Rhonda, but we'll see what comes through. What is Rhonda's life purpose? What does Rhonda need to know to move forward and step into her life purpose? What does it have to do with? Please give her the guidance and give her what she needs to feel confident about stepping into her role, into her energy, into her purpose. And just breathe into your heart space, Rhonda, so that we can receive what we need to hear. All right. Shoot. Oh, this one came right out. Mystical wisdom. Let's just put a few cards here and see. I wish I had my life purpose cards. All right. Not here for a reason. Rhonda. Oh, yeah. Are you in a profession where you do serve others in some way, shape, or form, where you help others or service them, either emotionally, mentally, physically? I'm feeling your service to others in some way, shape, or form. So I'm feeling more one-on-one service with others. Like, some people could be artists, they could be musicians. We're always serving the collective in whatever we do. When we align to our heart, we're always servicing the whole by sharing in our light, stepping into our light, because then that emits this beautiful frequency from us, which is healing. But when I'm saying service for you, I feel you specifically are of service in some way, shape, or form on an individual or group way. Like you help people in a tangible way. Let's see here. All right, so you too received nature spirits, respecting. Let's see here. I respect all of nature's elemental beings and preserve life on earth. So to me, this would go with helping others through your own connection with self, but respecting others' light and showing other people. There's something about boundaries, healthy boundaries, teaching people not to compromise and to compromise who they are, and to have healthy boundaries of self-respect. I'm feeling that you, and I'm feeling it in my heart right now. So maybe this hits a note with you. You are there to help others through your own example, and because you've learned this as well. Teacher teaches what they need to learn about healthy boundaries and respecting their own light and their own individuality, and having the courage and strength to be strong in that. To step, you encourage others to empower themselves through their own connection to their own light. That's what I'm feeling. Okay, for that. Holy shit. And then we got this one, belonging, 41, which is changed. So this house is all dark on the outside and all the lights are in. To me, this house looks and shows kind of what I just said, that connection to the light within. That is our strength. That is where our true home is. That's where our true sense of belonging is. I don't know if you counsel or help those that even homeless. I don't know if you have anything to do with homeless people or help to comfort people that don't feel like they belong. So you're going to point them within. You're going to help them or point out where their light is, where you see them shine. Sometimes you can give them a perspective on themselves that they don't see otherwise. For example, you might see someone who has a beautiful smile and you'll say, oh man, you have such a beautiful smile. It's so healing. And then that gives them a clue of how the outside world can see them. And it gives them a chance to see themselves through your eyes. So I'm thinking that you are shedding light by connecting to other people's inner light and being that perspective for them. And then that gives them a sense of belonging as you point out something that is innately theirs and their gift that makes them stronger. And they might not feel it from the outside because the outside of the house seems dark. It might not seem as what it is. They're afraid, I think, of not being seen, other people not being seen for their true light. So I'm feeling a consistency with both of these cards that you help people to connect and empower themselves with their light, to have confidence in it, or to allow themselves to be vulnerable or to share their light. Because this house even looks like it's hidden. You don't even know what color it is or what the siding is. The light is all on within. But maybe they're afraid of judgment from the outside if they show their true colors. But you can't help but to show your true color. Look at all this beauty. The purple, not purple, yeah, purplish pink, universal love, unconditional love. We always have that when we connect to this light, and to be not to be afraid to show it. So I'm feeling you as an encourager, you as a helping hand, you as an angel that reflects other people's light in some way, shape, or form. And then I got this one here. Oops, friendship. Nurture your relationships. So this to me shows that you are a true friend. Your interaction with others, being a friend, a true friend is actually supporting others for and seeing them for who they really are, and allowing them to be them without criticism. You create a safe space for others to express themselves and to bloom and to flourish and to feel good about themselves. You support the person to shine their light. All of these. It says nurture your relationship. So when we ask for our life purpose, sometimes we want to know what our purpose is, and we want a paycheck for it, and we want to know if it's a career or a job. And this very well may be for you, Rhonda. You love my dog. Did she pop in? We got two. Max is a Pomeranian, and then we got the little puppy Liana. She's a little Saint Bernard. I'm not sure I want to be there. I'm an assistant to a teacher. You know, as soon as I read I'm an assistant to a teacher, Rhonda, I'm automatically feeling that you're teaching the teacher in a lot of ways. As soon as I saw I'm an assistant to a teacher, and I'm feeling, no, you're the teacher. So I'm feeling that you are called to teach in some way, shape, or form, to maybe teach with this as your base, with that as your foundation, knowing that that is where true success is, nurturing and teaching about that connection, that interconnection, and all that that entails, the healthy boundaries, respecting yourself, shining your light, taking chances, trusting in your light. So I feel that, yeah, when I see that I'm an assistant to a teacher, immediately they said, no, 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 you're a teacher. You are a teacher, Rhonda. That's what I heard. I'm not sure I want to be there. Well, you don't have to be that teacher, and you don't have to necessarily do it through that vehicle. Oh, what's my PayPal? It's right it's right on the banner where it says Temple of the Sun, PayPal.me, Ria Barna. I actually stuck it on the banner. So that's what I'm feeling for you. And you teach through friendship. Oh, and I didn't even see this third girl. There's three of them. There's three girls. So that's representing also like the Holy Trinity, and is it the maid, the maiden crone, or all three parts of the woman. And I'm just feeling that you're evolving and you're growing as you go through all of these different parts, as a young woman, the maiden, and then the married one, and then the matron, the older version. I'm just feeling that you are expanding in teaching, but your teaching is based on a foundation, not of books, but of truth. But it might not be in the same setting that you're teaching now. You're learning a lot right now. Thanks for the light at the end of the rainbow. You're welcome. Thank you for being here, Rosemary. You're definitely like a soul sister. um, yeah, that is beautiful. Oh my God. And that just swells and opens my heart. That is like such a beautiful role. And you get through your own life experiences, you're going to hold this energy and emanate it and illuminate it for others. It's something, not of books. It's something of truth, of something deep, deep within you. But it does definitely take your own life experiences as well. You're going to utilize and learn and expand, and they're showing me you grasping the truth and the light of all things you experience, and that's going to be integrated with what you teach. So I definitely am feeling teaching, but I don't know, what do you teach? Is it like a school teacher or assistants? Hold on here. I just wanted to do one more here. All right, I would like one more here. Hold on. One more. But yeah, friendships and relationships, and engaging. Relationships are going to be really important to your profession. That means having one-on-one or one in group contacts, exchange of energies, dealing with people from an open heart. Okay, I'm going to put one galactic because that is a timeline that is supporting you most right now. What galactic, what timeline is supporting um, Rhonda most right now? And that will also give us a little more insight. One more card, just out of curiosity. If anyone wants a more thorough reading like I'm doing for Rhonda, my PayPal link is right there on the screen. Pleiades, past, blind enthusiasm, number 42. So to me, it's about trusting a past energy, you as a Pleiadian on a past timeline, enthusiasm. You gained, I've read this one before, and it talks about how being spontaneous and impulsive and a past timeline out of just pure enthusiasm, how it did have a detrimental effect on others, or it might have affected others by just being blind enthusiasm, operating straight from the heart, not using the intellect. So from that timeline, you learned a balance, a cooperation, and a harmony of allowing both to work together. So that makes sense if you do go into a teaching field. You can't operate solely from the heart. You do have to incorporate the intellect, and in this timeline you learned that there is a cause and effect. There's an effect for everything you do. There's a cause and effect for every action you take. So you learn that. So you learn the balance of being enthusiastic, and then you learn to trust, but you learned it in a more harmonious way of balancing the mind with the heart in as far as how you're going to live and how you're teaching. Very beautiful, Rhonda. You have to keep us updated on that. I can be anywhere. Oh, awesome. I help teachers. I am in kindergarten. Oh. Oh. And you know, if you're helping teachers in kindergarten, holy shit. Do you know how powerful that is to instill at a young age? Like, to allow their child that they might not receive at home or through their friends or their family about that light and that connection. That is like that is like so important. It just makes me want to cry because you have the power to connect with children and just say, hey, you know how special you are? Oh, you did that really good. That can have a lifetime effect in their own confidence and how they feel about themselves. So, oh my God. And I know you say you assist the teacher, but you're probably helping in the classroom then, right? Oh my God. That is like, to me, the most important job ever. Yeah, the kids. Yeah, you can have such an impact. I started my own little like Taekwondo for Fun class years ago. And it was a very heart-centered class, and I would like bring out their gifts and stuff, and it just like try to instill the confidence in who they are and their light, and in allowing them the opportunity. They're already connected, but to reinforce that spiritual connection and to trust themselves. All right. If anybody donated, let me know, and otherwise I will be doing some sherry outers. My PayPal link is at the top. PayPal.me Ria Berna. Beautiful Rhonda, you beautiful soul. Okay. Let me know if somebody else shared and wants something. I'll pull a couple more, guys. Jamie's back from the gym. You can hear him in the background cooking. Thank you, Lauren. Kimmy, are you there? Would you like one, Kimmy? Gina? I don't know if... Let me know, guys, or else I'll sign off. Thank you guys for being here and shining your light, because you guys are the ones creating this. We're always reflecting aspects of one another, and we're getting exactly what we need in our outside. Oh, that was Liana. So that's probably the dog you love, the little girl. I'm here. All right. All right. So two last ones, Kimmy and Gina. All right. So what we got for Kimmy? Shoot. You're welcome, Rose. Oh, you too? Rosemary? Rosemary, I'll get you one too. I think Nancy signed off a long time ago. I think I kind of gave her a card anyways. Or a reading. Kimmy, just slid out. We'll make it a quickie. Thank you, Kimmy, for your support all the time in the comments, and let me know shit that's happening. Epiphany, seek clarity. Oh my God. So to me, this is the foundation in which you live. You seek for the highest truth. You seek for the highest knowing and clarity. You don't want that film. They're saying they want you to appreciate yourself. They're saying for this way of being and living. You know how earlier, and I know you're all about the appreciation and living in gratitude and in your writing and journaling. They want you to thank yourself for always wanting the deepest truth. And no matter what you've got to confront within yourself to get there, you are a vessel for clarity. You won't put up with the film, the layers. You want to light the fire, burn off the film, the smog, the dew, and you just want the clear-cut answer. Give it to me straight, and you're willing to do and feel and go through what you need to get there. And they're just appreciating you and want you to appreciate that part of yourself. Open, free, the birds, the feathers. Does this even have a number? I don't even see a number. Okay, I haven't ever read this card before, so I'm just going to read it real quick, Kimmy. What the hell, man? It doesn't even... What cards are these? Is that... Let me see. Maybe they... Okay, that's the wrong deck. No wonder. Okay. I mean, it doesn't go to this. No numbers. A, B, C, D, E. That's so weird. My headphones just kind of opened up to the ocean. It sounded like the ocean. All right. You can hear me, right? Especially my mom. I've done that a little bit. Not blocked anyone, but I take a big step back, Rosemary. I take a step back and I like let people live out their stuff, and I don't get too involved. Okay. Thank you, Kimmy. Epiphany. Seek clarity. To experience an epiphany is to have a sudden realization or a spiritual flash that will change the way you view yourself and others around you. You get to see the situation more clearly, as if someone just switched on the light, because that's what you allow. You allow yourself to receive that. You will also you release what's the word? The filter of even yourself, your old thoughts, the way you believe things to be in the past. You are not partial, you're impartial, you're open, you're neutral, and that allows you to receive the higher truths because you're not stubborn or stuck in your ways, and you're not the type that refuses to see. You're open, and well, what do you have? The ego, right? The ego is one of your spirit guides, from the higher perspective, the higher perception. With this clarity, you see truth. You also gain a sense of control within yourself to make positive decisions that will bring about happy and joyful outcomes. Yeah, the mantra is, yeah, I can see clearly now. And you know that song, I can see clearly now that the rain is gone. So yeah, you just open to receive. You don't sway your opinion. You're neutral, and you allow yourself. You allow yourself by removing yourself from the ego. You've removed yourself from the ego enough that you can see the truth, and that creates clarity within you, and then obviously that makes you a beautiful oracle for others, reader, healer, guide for others, because you've removed your own ego, so you allow the clarity. You're so, they're showing me, like, I don't know if this is you or a spirit guide, but they're like, or your higher self is saying, she is so done with the illusions. I'm so done with the illusions is what I'm hearing in the background. I'm so done with the illusions. I only want the truth. So very beautiful. Thank you for allowing that, Kimmy. I just asked for that. I just asked for that clarity. Well, you got it, girlfriend. All right. Gina. What's Gina need to hear? Rosemary, if you're still there and want a quickie, let me know. Gina. Peacock, raise your standards. Now, peacock in general has all of that beautiful plumage. Shoosh, is so gorgeous, and it's not afraid to open and fan its feathers. So to me, intuitively, what I'm feeling is be like that peacock. Be proud in all of your rainbow colors and your glitz and whatever makes you unique, and the way you dress and dance and move and decorate and all of your artwork. That's how I think of it. The peacock expressing itself uninhibited in all of its glory and not afraid, just being proud of who you are. And that's obviously what you're doing. These cards I'm finding, it's your state of being. It's like wrapping up one cycle, the end of the new year, as we are wrapping up the old year into the new year, stepping into the new year with high standards, respecting. You rose in your standards. You have high standards because you know your worth. That's part about having self-respect, not taking and compromising lesser than due to a belief of unworthiness. No, you said. No, says Gina's higher self. Your standards are rose because you know your worth. All right, let's go inside real quick and see what that says. Peacock. The peacock is possibly one of the most exquisitely beautiful creatures of the world, of the animal kingdom. It is also believed to be the most virtuous. It embodies the admired characteristics of integrity and loyalty. Like the peacock, you embody qualities important for friendship, family, unity. You are encouraging, selfless, enrich the lives of everyone you meet. The peacock is also very protective of its young and will provide for you and protect them under any circumstances. This card can also be seen as an indicator to better yourself and raise your standards, which you've done. I don't think that part so much. The mantra, I love and care for everyone I know because you know your worth. So it's easy for you to just, your cup runneth over, Gina. It's easy for you to give of yourself because you know who you are. You know you're God's source energy. You know you're an earth angel. You know you're provided eternally and supported and taken care of. You know you're one with the angels. You know the angels work through you. So you give with ease. You give with flow. You give selflessly because you know deep down what you know on the surface as well. There's no need for protection. There's no need for walls. You express yourself to the fullest and give to others as well. Through the giving of others, actually. Part of your expression is through the giving. All right, Rosemary. Shoo. Thank you, Gina. Oh my God, that's my higher self. I felt that's what it was, Kimmy, when I was doing that. I felt that so strong. It was like you, but it was your higher self, which you are. You are your higher self. Your higher self is more the all-knowing. It's not so limited by the illusions of the ego. And I like that. She's like, no, 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 no. All right, what do we got here? Rosemary. Archangel Raphael. Holy crap. You just said you were here to heal relationships. Provider of healing for mind, body, and spirit. Raphael. So beautiful. So yeah, you are a healer, Rosemary. To be a healer, you've got to also respect yourself and heal yourself and have those healthy boundaries for those energies that you're trying to help balance and harmonize don't bleed over to you or affect you emotionally. So they do want you to protect yourself emotionally because as a healer, you do subject yourself to a lot of other energies. You're beautiful. Archangel Raphael in the heart, the green healer. Emotional healing. I'm feeling you're helping a lot with a lot of emotional healing and wounds that the other people that you're helping to heal, like you're talking about your family, they're not as aware of you. I mean, they're not as aware of what you know, is happening behind the scenes. Maybe they are, I don't know, but you have insight, you have some clarity, and you have definitely contracted to go in. Master Light Blasters got to have some darkness to blast their light, or you wouldn't know how bright you are. The light would not know its power unless it was subjected. And not only that, it's put in places where the light is needed. You said, hey, I can hand on spirit. You kind of forgot how hard it was going to be. And you're like, yeah, put me down there. I got this. I got this. So your higher self is like, don't worry. I got this. I got this. But then when you actually came down and were born in the density, you realize, oh my God, this is a little heavier and denser than I remember. So that's your role. You got it. All right, Raphael. Let's see. Pull him real quick. Where'd my little booklet go? Raphael. God, you guys are all such powerful, powerful masters. Page 11. Archangel Raphael, provider of healing of mind, body, and spirit. He is one of God's holy angels. He works with you. You guys are like this. You and Raphael are like this, Rosemary. You're buddies. You're buddies. He is one of God's holy angels whose role is to minister to God and his people. Raphael, which means God heals. Remember, love bonds. Bestows divine healing and miracles to people and animals upon earth. For those of you who want to become healers, doctors, and care workers, it is comforting to know you have the almighty angel ready and waiting to be of service. Summon Raphael at your side, Rosemary. If you are in need of healing and support, sounds like you need some support, Call in the troops. Call in the support team. Don't be afraid to ask. If you are in need of, okay, he encourages you to surrender negative thoughts and replace them with forgiveness and love, as this will encourage your recovery in others and honor you with inner peace. Your mantra is, I feel love and healing and surrender negative thoughts. Even if that means removing yourself, Rosemary, they're showing me you like, no more for today. Respecting, having enough respect to yourself, holding up your to protect your energy. If you need, like, you got to go, they're showing me you got to go in and out, in and out, in and out. Step in, shine your light. If it gets a little bit too much for you, remove yourself, go to your room, go outside. So in and out, in and out. They're just showing me in and out, in and out. So you're flickering, almost like a candle, flicking your light when you need it. But you don't want to burn the wick all night long, because then that candle's going to melt right down. So they're showing me you to shine, then go within, replenish, nourish, then go back out with your light. So you're like a light flickering in and out. Put it on a timer. All right, guys. Beautiful readings. You guys are such beautiful energies. Yes, please. Who was that? Rosemary. Yes. Okay. I asked for that. All right. No one else, eh? Got it all? Got it done? All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. And thank you for being Master Light Blasters. Thank you for agreeing to your role. Your light is needed. And trust that you are exactly where you need to be. If it gets heavy, don't be just remove yourself and nurture. Plie by just every plie, one plie at a time. You can't go and do a million plies. And I'm making reference to a Christmas movie I watched with Chantal. That was the message. One plie at a time. You can only do one plie at a time. You can only take in one breath at a time. So only moment by moment, and to give to yourself the best that you can every day. Give to yourself, honor yourself. What can you do in this moment for you? May you all shine with the entirety of all the love and light that you are.